What it do, YouTube, man? It's your boy Nano. We back again on the channel. Now, today's video, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a little different. Start a vlog. I'm here to tell y'all that I traded my iPhone 14 Pro Max for a flip phone. Now, so I traded my iPhone for a flip phone, and I actually did that for about 30 days, a month. I just want to let y'all know like the pros and cons of having a flip phone, and you know, like my struggles, and you know, how was it, how the experience was, and all that. So let's get it started, man. We're actually gonna get started on the cons first, right? So the cons of having an flip phone in today's time would be, for example, using the GPS. The GPS on the flip phone is very different from obviously a smartphone, you know. And yes, I really did this for 30 days. My main goal with this was really to have like a reset from electronics and just like really get like tapping with myself. A lot of people would delete social media and stuff like that, and I know I could have did the same thing too, but I really wanted to just lock in and focus and not even have it out of sight, out of mind. So I really got this flip phone. I was with my bro, shout out Milan, he was with me, went to Best Buy, copped this. It was like $20, honestly. You could buy the plans from anywhere, I think like $20 up to like $35 if I'm not mistaken. Now, the GPS, all right? The GPS on this is very different. Like, I'll give you guys an example. On the flip phone, it's like a little bit automatic where you can kind of see the movement, but you have to turn to the next pages. And for me, that was one of my struggles, because it's like if I needed to go somewhere that I wasn't too familiar with, I was dependent on GPSs. I would really have to like either pay real close attention or try to like memorize as best as I can. It's like this. Y'all can see that, and then you see the next button right here. Make sure I focus. Like, you literally have to click like next to go on to the next, you know, part of the route that you're taking to wherever you're going. So that was one of my struggles with that. That was like a con for me, you know. Especially when you're driving, you know, you gotta be safe while you drive, and feel me. So, you know, looking at the GPS already enough is like kind of distracting. Never mind holding that thing and like pressing on. Next con that I would say for me, that was a struggle for me, was honestly texting. Like, texting on a flip phone in today's time, yo, I'm so used to just real quick sending a quick text and a quick message wherever I'm at, you know. Especially if you're at work, you know what I'm saying, you gotta send a quick message or something like that, bro, it's gonna take a while, and you probably not even gonna get to like, you know, send a message for real for hours, when you could just send a quick message or a little voice audio. There's no voice audio on these things, you feel me? So let me just show y'all real quick, because some of y'all I know probably never even touched one of these in a day in y'all lives, you feel me? So look, the text messages, you have to like, for example, let me see, I still remember how to do it because I just recently got off of it. Maybe like, I think I got my phone back like a week or two. So it's like, if you want to search, if you want to like put a word in, for example, like LOL, get it to focus, you gotta like, you know, you have to like choose from it, which is like kind of funny. So you over there just like waiting, you know, you have to like select the letters individually. So now imagine you mad and you don't got time for all that, you just gonna call him, you feel me? So that was another con for me. So I couldn't even really send a lot of like text messages in the place of like, you know, if it was convenient for me, that they would have to wait for me to respond to them, which would be a couple hours later if I'm doing something, or I would just have to call them. Third con for me, I would say, at least in the beginning, because this thing has Bluetooth, but in the beginning process, like the first 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I didn't know that I could connect to, you know, a headphone and even my car Bluetooth. So the first couple of weeks when I go to the gym, yo, I was musicless. Kid you not, I was musicless. Like, I would literally go with my beats just to have that noise cancellation, and you know, just have to just rock out and block out the noise of everybody else, you know what I'm saying, or all the noise around. So that at first was like kind of a struggle for me, because I'm like, damn man, like, you know, when you listening to music, at least for me, I kind of get motivated, I'm kind of going hard and stuff like that, in a sense, right? So I ended up figuring it out later. that I could connect to my headphones and stuff like that. As far as cons, I think that's where I'm gonna, wrap it up with cons, because honestly, like, that was really, I think, for me. Now I'm gonna go on to the pros. Pros of having a flip phone in 2024, because I started this journey January 6th, so the cons of having a flip phone in today's time was honestly more good than it was bad for me, because one of the things I could say is you value more. And what do I mean by that? I value calling people up more. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like calling. I don't really like being on the phone for a long time. Having a flip phone where you're struggling to text, you're struggling to like send a message and stuff like that, and you could just call the person. Let me just call him, I'm about to go over here, I'm about to just call him. Can't send a text while you're driving with this. Let me call them. You value people's voices a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Instead of everything trying to be so fast, everything trying to be so quick, you send a message. I pick up the phone and I was calling more than how I usually would with my iPhone. Now, another thing I would say I value was honestly the time at the gym. Even though yes, the music would kind of push me and honestly kind of forget about time, but also not having the music I was pushing myself even harder now in the gym, like the first couple of weeks when I was going like, musicless. Like for me, like, I don't know, like I was pushing myself harder. I was more focused in the gym as well. Because the thing with having an iPhone sometimes, and I'm speaking for myself, I don't know if you guys do it too, but if you in the gym, you might get distracted real quick with a text message, and now you're like, you're kind of distracted a little bit, and you kind of get yourself back locked in, like, yo, listen, like, I'm at the gym, I gotta, get back in, let me wrap the session up. Now with this flip phone, I didn't have that. I went in there, did what I had to do for real, little to no distractions for real, and I'm out. You feel me? Whereas with the iPhone, someone would send me a message, I wait for the response real quick, I'm saying, I'm kind of a little distracted, or when I would wait after I finished like a set or something like that, go on Snap or Instagram, something like that for a little bit, but then I'm like, I gotta log back in. So the flip phone helped me locked in ways, honestly, that I couldn't even imagine. A pro with having a flip phone, and a lot of y'all probably like, so like I personally, I do read the Bible, but outside of the Bible, because the Bible's the only thing that I really read for real for like, years now, I started reading books. You get what I'm saying? So I started reading this book right here called I Have No Secrets. Shout out my little sis. She recommended this to me months ago, but I don't like reading. At least I thought I did. I read this book, let me see. The first day I read it, I read over like 130 pages. It was like a page turner. And I just kept reading. And within this journey, I read 2 books, finished it. And I know it don't sound like a lot, but for someone who don't read no books at all, as far as like fiction, non-fiction, stuff like that, I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. So I read this, and I read this other book. It's like Eucharistic Miracles. It was like experiences from a lot of other people, like with the Eucharist. Tap in, very good book if anybody want to like spiritually want to be inclined, spiritually want to have spiritual wisdom and knowledge on the Eucharist. Very good book. So that was, I feel like with the flip phone, the valuing of things was a lot more. I didn't have as much distractions. I became more creative, honestly, because when you have that downtime, when you're bored, like, what are you doing? Realistically, all of us, what we doing? We going on TikTok, we on Instagram, we on Facebook, we catching up to whatever's up to date. While I had this flip phone, I didn't do that. I would have a paper and a pen. Most of the time, I would like write in my notes sometimes, but I'd have a paper and a pen, and I'd write my ideas down, especially when it came to YouTube. I would write down a bunch of ideas, my thoughts and stuff like that, and really getting more in tune with myself. I would definitely recommend anybody who wants to find like a cleanse in a sense. Honestly, if you could afford it, because I know everybody's situation is different. But I would put the phone completely away. Don't delete social media, just keep it away. And if you feel like too tempted, pass it to your mom, your brother, whoever's around, let them keep it. You feel me? Get a flip phone. Go to Best Buy, Walmart, wherever it may be, and get a flip phone. I literally caught this. It's a Nokia flip phone for $20. And when you first set it up, you know they have an app where you can just set it up. It's really quick, really easy. I did it in probably like 5 minutes. Feel me? So I would definitely recommend it. And yes, this really does work. I'm finna call myself right now and show y'all. Just so y'all don't think I'm capping. Not that I think y'all think I'm capping, but this is for real. Like, tap down by call myself right now. Feel me? So it's real life, and you could just hang up. Like, that was a satisfaction I got with this. Like you talking to somebody, I bet. You feel me? Like, just straight hang up the phone. Somebody get you mad, and you're like, what? Nah, you won't. Straight like that, and it would hang up the phone. So that was actually satisfying. So yeah, honestly, I would definitely recommend for any of y'all who wants to like kind of cleanse in a sense, want to have that self-discipline, want to focus and find themselves a little bit more, push yourself to another limit, go get this flip phone. You really could do anything you put your mind to, for real. You keeping God first, you know. Keep Jesus Christ first, feel me? All my Christians, all my Catholics out there, feel me? So it's like definitely like, because it's more the life than just physical, you know, but everything else plays a part, of course, you know, it's really spiritual. So like this journey for me was like, it was beautiful, I'm not gonna lie, and I really got to learn a lot by myself. Also another thing, like, you know, when you hanging out with your friends and stuff, and you know, y'all telling stories, it might not happen all the time, but sometimes, you know, if y'all are just chilling, bored, you guys just go on your phone, you're just on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. Like, I didn't have that when I had the flip phone. So I was instantly just convos after convos after convos. I like having genuine conversations anyways. I like having moments where I could forget about my phone. That's me personally. This flip phone, great investment for that, man. Like, it's gonna help you have back-to-back conversations, because it's not like you about to go and just go on Instagram on this. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's very different with the flip phone. Like, I definitely would recommend it to anybody who's just trying to, like, you know, push themselves. You know, I'm trying to think of another con, honestly. I mean, not a con, my fault. Another pro. I think for real, like, when it comes down to it, is just that cleanse. I'm not gonna lie, I did have to open my phone like once or twice to like pay bills, because you know I got like apps and stuff that I do on my phone, that I do on my phone that I have to you know, pay off, like credit card bills and stuff like that. Open my phone real quick and I shut it off and put it away. You know what I'm saying? But the first 2 weeks I was in love with the flip phone. I was really in love, like, yo, this is mad cool. And honestly, all my boys, all the people around, they thought it was cool too. Like, we took pictures on there, I got memories on there. Like, everybody's like, yo, I want to get one now. Like, even with the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of have it like as a second phone or whatever. But, you know, it definitely is something that I tell them all, like, yo, get it. Honestly, like, limit all distractions. Like, when you gotta lock in with yourself, you gotta lock in. You really can't have them distractions around you. You know, whether it be people, whether it be social media, you know what I'm saying? Because our generation, we suffer a lot from comparison. You know, comparison's a real big killer. You know, you compare your life to that person, you're like, damn, why isn't my life like that? They're younger than me, or they're like my age, or you know what I'm saying? They could do it, how come I can't do it? You know, I'm victim to that too. Like, I'm guilty of that as far as before, you know? As I continue to grow my relationship more and closer with God, honestly, I'm out of that mindset in a sense. You feel me? Not that the drive isn't there, like, yo, like, I want to, like, be successful and stuff like that. You know, the drive is going to be there, but as far as, like, dang, like, come on, like, that comparison, it's out the window now. You know, praise be to God. And honestly, it's like, if you're struggling with that, honestly, advice that I would give is for real, just stay in tune with God. Lock in with yourself. Limit all distractions around you. And pay attention who's around you, too. For real, a lot of people are not where they want to be due to the people around them. It's like, for my peoples that want to start a YouTube channel, or the people who want to go for a career in college or whatever, but their friends might think it's whack, or, you know, their friends are trying to do this, and it's not really your cup of tea. Yo, listen, it's either you got to let them know that, and if they're your real friends, they gonna respect it. they gotta respect if they're your real friends. And if not, you gotta cut them off, as much as it might hurt. As much as it might hurt. So all this to really say, 2024, you know, lock in. Lock in, because things are not gonna get any easier from here. I could tell you that. You know, it never was easy to begin with, but it's not gonna get easier. You know, but it's not impossible to overcome and achieve. You know, so it's like, yeah. I know I kind of went on that little rant right there, but flip phone for an iPhone, I did it for 30 days, and I don't regret it. You know, I don't regret it at all. You know, it's like, you know how sometimes you'll be like meaninglessly scrolling? For me, that's what did it for me, like the meaninglessly scrolling. Like, like, this is whack. Like, this is not like this. I don't get nothing out of it, you know? So that's what really kind of pushed me to it. Limit that, limit all the people. And yeah, man. So that's really just my experience on this little spiel. I did say that, you know, because like I said, I was getting more creative on to write stuff down, that I would make this a video, my experience on swapping an iPhone for a flip phone. And like I said, if you're really thinking about it, do it. Do it. Like, for real, like, do it. It's like fasting. It's really like fasting in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Fasting is very great too. You might fast from something you really don't like. You're killing your desires. A strong person is one who could say no and back down from their own desires, for real. For real, like, believe that. Shout out Kevin Gates. There's in a song called Ceremony in his new album. He said, purpose driven, I'm developing riches. Pleasure driven, you develop addictions. Realest quote I've ever seen. For real. Like, that was one of the realest things, and it's like, when you are purpose driven, you're following a different goal. You know, like, it's for the purpose. But when you're just doing things for pleasure, you develop these type of addictions. You want to satisfy the flesh. You want to satisfy, you know what I'm saying? Get that quick, instant gratification. You know? So, lock in with yourself. All to say, really lock in with yourself. If you think about doing it, do it. I had a great experience. And yeah, I just want to put my experience out there. And hope y'all enjoy this little vid. You know, hopefully I shed some light on it. Made y'all even think a little different. Hope y'all stay blessed. You know, hope y'all 2024 is nothing but great, prosperous, and fruitful. And God bless y'all. We out.